everyone. This is Eric from AHA, Americans Helping Americans in AMP Live. Welcome to Saturday Training, the Saturday Rock and Roll AMP Live Real Estate Show. I'll be your host for today, Eric. I'm Eric of AHA, Americans Helping Americans. One America at a time, one property at a time, one family at a time, doing our part to get America back on track together with you and others across the United States of America. AMP Live, the American Mentee Program, the only mentoring program, the only one-on-one mentoring program on the planet. Here to rock and roll with you today. I'm going to go ahead and put my full mug up there. And AMP Live Media, broadcasting, marketing, and media company. That's what powers all this good stuff, sponsored by VIP Execs Realty and Lending. Step into excellence. You can catch me at eric@amplive.tv, eric@amplive.tv if you want to email any questions, deals, potential deals, friendship deals, anything of that nature. You just want to set up a time to chit chat. I'll have some links down below. We're gonna have a special guest today. So hopefully he shows up. I think he's out taking his Christmas tree back to the mountains and disposing it there. I'm just kidding. Or he's out chopping some wood, I think, maybe for the snow and the black ice and all that other good stuff that's going on in the Midwest and other places where it is snowing. So hopefully be safe, everybody out there. If it's snowing, black ice, trust me, been there, done that. I know how that works. I got a little story. Maybe I'll share it with you. It's pretty crazy. I've experienced black ice in the Midwest before. It's freaking dangerous. It's scary, and you don't know that it's there. And yeah, it could kill you, right? So, or hey, you can have some experiences where you're doing some 360s and stuff in your car. But yeah, that's an acquired taste. I'm out here in beautiful, crazy Southern California for now. Native, born here. Born and raised, and I've been to the Midwest, been to other places as well. Definitely, hey, it's open, see where life takes us, but there's some eyeballing places that I'd like to be, and along with my wife and family. But for today, we're going to do some training today. We're going to talk about several things. I believe my special guest today is going to come aboard and share some of his stuff and what he's doing as he went through the program, as being in the business of creative real estate investing, wholesaling, all that good stuff, comic book business, and some other things. Like I said, I'll be your host for today, so definitely watch. There'll be some QR codes where you can scan, get some free stuff. Watch it all the way through to the end. You can fast forward it and go back and forth and get some of those things. I'm going to drop, obviously, pro tips, golden nuggets, all that good stuff that you can use in today's market. It's relevant in today's market. They do have the pulse of real estate. We talk to thousands of people every year in regards to real estate and real estate only. That's it, right? Well, so if it lives in that box or outside that box of creative real estate, traditional real estate, lending and all that good stuff, and private money, it's all tied together. And that just comes with time. I can tell you that with time does do its thing. It's kind of, if I knew what I knew back then, and what I knew about time and how, yes, if you just keep moving forward, because sometimes you think about, man, you keep on doing this, even like stuff like here, right? We're on here and we're sharing for what? Do I need to? No, but I know that it'll pay off. I know that there's content that people can use. It's putting the vibrations out there. It's touching the universe and it's making things happen, because if you don't do things to make things happen, and nothing obviously happens, right? It's the ripple effect. But I do know that time, whether you're an artist or a musician or you're working at a gig and you're trying to move up the corporate ladder, if you spend enough time, you will be successful. You will become an expert, or you're, eventually, yeah, some people burn out too. I'm not going to lie, right? I got burned out on my corporate gig. But at the end of the day, let me check, see if this young man's available, and then we'll pull him up, see how he's doing. Like I said, I think he's out. Let me see. I'll put the link back in here. What we got? Do the chat. He's out chopping some wood or some shit. Popped on his snow boots, right? There's nothing like having a Californian in the Midwest fucking with snow. Anyways, I won't drop too many F-bombs. It is what it is, but hey, it comes from a place of passion. Once again, I'm Eric from AHA, Americans Helping Americans. I'll be your host for the AMP Live Real Estate Show. For today, we're going to do some training. I'm going to share with you what creative real estate investing is. And on Wednesday, public service announcement, on Wednesday, we got, let me pull it up right now and see if it can come up. If it comes up, I'm going to put myself back over here. Pull that back up. There should be this here, where you can join Eric's Creative Real Estate Domination Live Networking Meetup. Scan that QR code right there. I'll bring up a smaller one on the corner for the same thing. You can pull it up. It'll be on the top right-hand corner where it says join live now. You can scan that. Make sure you save your spot and then scan that QR code right there. And that's for January 8th, okay? Public service announcement, January 8th, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to talk about everything creative real estate investing, how to become a creative real estate investor, the 5 things you don't want or 5 mistakes you don't want to make getting into this business or even when you're in this business. And then there's going to be 3 things right there, right? 3 things I'm going to share with you that's going to help you catapult your business into the stratosphere a lot faster. Instead of waiting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years to become an expert or 3 to 5 years to get into creative real estate investing or real estate investing, period. I've heard people take 3 or 4 or 5 years of study time. I've heard 10 years. I've heard a year and a half. Now, the ones who actually bought a course, 3 to 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 to $150,000, right? I've heard of one-day seminars. Trust me, I've saved I think it was a Korean guy who inherited his father's bail bonds business. And that guy was going to spend $150,000 for a one-day seminar to learn how to do what? Invest in real estate. Not even wholesaling, not creative, just invest. To invest in wholesale, to invest in real estate, old school style, right? Where you go out and get some loans and, buy a handful and, build your corporation, LLC and all that good stuff. I get it, but you're not going to learn all that shit in one day. It's pretty amazing. But I saved his ass about $150,000, saying, hey, I'll just work with you. You got some space here and there's a bunch of traffic and we can do some things together. But that's where the ego comes in, right? Figures, oh, yeah, go ahead. We'll work together. We'll make it all happen. We'll put signage all up in here. And then he tries to pawn it off onto his assistant. My assistant could take care of all that shit. Say, look, I'm saving you $150,000. I'll work with you exclusively because you got the money and we're going to rock and roll together and you got the traffic in the office. I'll be more willing to come out here and help you out. Go office to office, no problem. When we try to pawn it off to someone else, you go, man, that's cool, man. Good luck to your ass. And that's it, right? We got time for that bullshit. But meetings, that's the other thing we'll get into. We'll talk about meetings as well. But why most fail in real estate without mentorship? It's true. Just is what it is, right? We all need coaching. We all need mentorship of some sort, whether you're reading it out of a book and you're stubborn like me and saying, man, I'm just going to read, study, execute, and fail until I figure out what the hell I want and God lets me through. And then eventually, because you're moving forward and moving in the right directions, well, God puts those pieces of the puzzle on the table or pawns where you can make those chess moves, right? And you bring someone like a mentor to help you without even knowing. So that's the thing when you get into this business and you start moving forward, your eyes are open. I always say, hey, look, try to read between the lines and see the forest through the trees, right? Some people can see the forest through the trees better than others. Some just see the trees. Some just see, hey, yeah, I think I see something there. Others see the whole damn forest, the trees, the animals, the dirt, the rocks, the food, the lake, everything, right? And that's when you know you've arrived. You're connected to the universe. You're connected to God. You're connected to the jam, right? You're connected to rock and rollness. You're probably going, what the hell does that even mean? This means you're connected. You're in the flow, right? And those come and go. They don't always stay. Unfortunately, that's just not the way the world works for us anyways, because we don't use enough of our brain for that. Now, we're using 100% of our brain. We'll always be in flow, right? That's that 5th dimensional shit people talk about, right? But at the end of the day, our goal is to work towards that, to get that flow, to jump in that flow, work towards getting into that flow. So we all need a mentor. And it's like anything else, right? Let me see if the young man's here. Take a chat. Take a look. Nope, not yet. Okay. Take a look here. Let me check my other little thingy. But hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you're rocking and rolling out there and having a good time doing the business. Episode or 2. Okay, yes. That's my daughter. She's working, doing her thing. Trying to keep her motivated in life. All righty. Just a simple text to the young man and guest. He'll let me know when he comes. But let's talk a little bit more about some rock and rollness here, okay? So definitely scan that QR code. Join us Wednesday. That's next Wednesday for the Real Estate Domination Live meetup and networking. So if you're in California, definitely reach out. But you got to sign up. We'll chat. We'll talk. See if it's a good fit. If it is, we'll invite you out. We'll break bread and all that good stuff. Otherwise, it'll be here, get your exclusive link. We're going to talk about everything creative real estate investing, subject to existing financing, if you know what that is. Sub-2, remember Sub-2 can be through anything. We like getting Sub-2 deals with equity. We don't like those little tight ones just because it's easy entry point. Doesn't mean you want to buy an overextended property for $400,000 or $500,000 or $200,000 or whatever retail is, unless it's in an awesome area and you can cash flow it and you can Airbnb it, turn it into an autism house or some type of assisted living where you're going to get, you're going to 10x that son of a bitch, right? Then it makes sense. Even then, it'll last for as long as it will last. Now, assisted living's been around forever, so that'll probably stay forever. Co-living will probably stay forever. Airbnb, it is what it is. Regulations everywhere. People get in, lobbyists, all that good stuff, start changing stuff. Real estate companies and brokerages, National Association of shit, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Right. Anyways, it is what it is there. So let me go ahead and share some things on why most fail. Now, we're going to talk about Saturday in the Amp Live training in the Amp Live Real Estate Show. I'll share some stuff on, one, how to find those deals. Are there deals out there? Yes. Are you probably seeing it on social media and Facebook and TikTok and all these places going, oh, look at my check, look at my check, look at my check. That's awesome. Just a tip. It's probably not smart. You want to let the, IRS and people know what you're doing and not doing. That's fine. That's cool. But maybe scratch it out, and it is what it is, But the bottom line is people are doing deals, yes. And some people, you got to remember, read between the lines, right? A lot of social media shit out there. Even this. You go, who the hell is this? What is this? This is all bullshit. Look, I can tell you we're battle tested. I can tell you we're in the game. We do what we got to do. We hit it hard. We like to jump in the ring with all our mentees and people and team. Smaller core. I like my core small. I like to work with people exclusively, one-on-one and mentoring and coaching, as well as having a team that we work with, right? That are part of the family and part of what we do, and work with you to get you to where you want to get to. It is still about helping. That's what Americans helping Americans is all about. Now, some people ask, Americans helping Americans, right? What does that mean? Can it be Chinese helping Chinese, Mexicans helping Mexicans, white having white, black helping black, Indians helping Indians? It doesn't matter. If you're American, it all flies under the United States of America. It doesn't matter what flavor you are, right? Look, I'm a Heinz 57 flavored up guy. It's okay. I don't give a shit what color or race anybody is. If we like each other, we rock. If we don't, we don't. That's just it. Cultures are cultures. They're going to clash. They're going to do stuff. But the United States of America is why it is the greatest country in the entire world and civilization, period, right? Because of that. We're bringing that back. We're bringing back Made in America. So go hit us up on X. I believe there'll be something I'll pull up here. You can go to X, and it's Amp Live Media. You can go check it out. AHA, Americans Helping Americans, got a community there they're trying to build out for creative real estate investing. And, of course, that's for all real estate. And then Made in America is all about politics, religion, rock and rollness, business, all that good stuff. We can talk about everything because that's our First Amendment right? So that's happening there. Let me see if I have it here. I might be able to pull it up and pop it in here. But Saturday training, I'll share something with you, too. I'm going to pull this screenshot up. I'm looking at stuff right now in regards to leads, right? People are going, well, where do I find deals? And then when I find deals, what do I do? How do I lock them up? And what do I use, right? So first and foremost, there's the free methods, paid methods, other OPE methods. Probably going, Walt, what's OPE, right? I'm going to put it in the chat here. It's the OPE. OPE, what the hell is it, right? Boom, boom, boom. Also going to put rock and roll. So feel free to go ahead and respond back. We're going to leave this open. I like to come on and do these things because it's content, and then our tech guy chops it up and puts it out there at the same token. It helps people. Trust me. I've talked to people who've come aboard, 3 months later, 6 months later, a year and a half later, and go, yeah, I've been watching you for a while now, and decided to finally come aboard and rock and do something, right? So I'm like, okay, that's cool. That works. I get it. Everybody has their own way of doing stuff, right? But I always say, when's the best time to get into real estate? When you're ready, when you've made a decision, when you've made a commitment to say, I'm getting in this do or die. What do I have to lose? Absolutely nothing. I'm going to learn a bunch of shit. If anything, yeah, and go back to my job, or I still have a job, but I'm learning all this cool stuff, right? That's going to help me in my life. It's going to help me in my business. It's going to help me with my family. It's going to help me with my marriage. It's going to help me with everything. It's going to help me build that legacy. It's going to keep me fired up. And yes, read those books. I don't have anybody right. They're over on the bookshelf. But books, and music will keep you fired up, okay? So what does that have to do with Saturday training? Well, because you have to get fired up. You think sales is just, hey, I just turn it on? Some people can, right? That's if they're experienced. Or if you're going to some telemarketing bullshit, or you're going to go sell some pest control, or you're going to go sell some roofs, you show up and you go through the training, right? And then you go to get some leads, or you go with somebody to shadow, and then then finally, if you actually get far enough, they'll let you go on your own with some own appointments, or you create your own appointments, book a business, and then you start going forward. If you're not closing shit, then they close you out and say, hey, we got to let you go, right? Unless you start closing some shit. That's just the way it goes for sales, right? It's not like a job where you get in there and maybe it's a machine or a factory, or making sandwiches at Subway or a grocery store, or a factory job, or at Amazon, stacking packages and shit like that. And you're going, well, what the hell? You show up, you do your job, and if you show up, you get paid. You don't got to do great. You got to do awful. You just got to ride the fence to get your check. Now, with real estate, you cannot ride the fence. You have to pick a side. Get the fuck off the fence, excuse my French, and pick a side. Doesn't matter. You're going to probably saying, well, what side? Doesn't matter what side, right? As I always say, one of my mentors, he said, look, if the grass is greener just right where you're standing, okay? And I can attest to that, because I had a young man who was going to come aboard, and he was here in Southern California. He was, putting a bunch of bandit signs, going some old school, right? Bought some bandit signs, bought about 300, 400, 500. He put up 250 out in Ontario, California. Okay. And when he did that, he got calls, but he didn't know what to do with those calls. He winged it. He went to YouTube. He went to TikTok. He went online and asked people in Facebook groups, what do I say? What do I do? Some people were helpful, and others are like, man, get some education. What the hell are you doing on Facebook asking this bullshit, or asking stuff? Because obviously it's a group for that, probably, but it is what it is. You should know the rules of the game before you get involved. And then, that's what I did. I know it takes a little bit longer, but trust me, if you come aboard and work with us, that's already figured out. You're going to go from 0 to 60 very quickly. You're going to be talking to sellers within the first 30 days and writing offers and getting deals and things of that nature. Maybe it's 60 days. Maybe it's 90 days. Shit. Maybe it's 4 months like me. It took me 4 months to get my first freaking deal, right? Just to lock up a deal and get some cash. Not to mention, it took me another 12 to 16 months just to build out my websites, my branding. Then I changed my branding twice, right? Because I didn't want to be like all the other regular real estate investors with their shitty marketing and shitty, tent cards and green cards, and their graphics look like shit and their ads look like shit. I'm going, man, I wouldn't want this son of a bitch by my house if I was in trouble, right? Let's make that stuff sexy, right? So as you can see back there, and we got the Amp Live, right? There's the logo. It's powered by Amp Live Media. All that stuff we're going to share with you. You're just going to piggyback on what we do. At the end of the day, you need help. Set up a call, okay? Set up a call. Let's chat and let's rock. If I can help you, great. If not, that's okay too. But you can go here to join us on X, new home to Made in America. You go to X, Amp Live Media. Hate the underscore shit, but that's all they had, so it is what it is, right? Okay? So on Wednesday, let's get together. Wednesday, limited time webinar. Don't do a lot of these, but it looks like that's going to be the theme for 2025, okay? And it's free for now. Probably by the end of this month, it's not going to be free. We'll do these webinars, but they're going to be, look, we want to weed out all the tire kickers. We want to weed out the ones that don't have cash, don't have credit, are looking for going, hey, you know what, I want to do a deal in the next 30 days because I got to, pay some bills and shit. That's not going to work. You have to be able to say, look, I'm ready to rock and roll. I know this is a business because that's what I did. I still worked a full-time job on a salary, 45 hours, working 60, 70, 80, 90 hours at my job, and then studied for the real estate test, and then studied and put my business into play for real estate investing. And then, yeah, I'm not going to lie, right? I quit my crazy corporate job with all the, good stuff that comes with it, medical and bonuses and all that good shit, and, and benefits that come with it. Quit it and got me another management job from 4:30 in the morning to 2:30 p.m. Monday through Friday, with one Saturday a month, because I said, look, I'm not working weekends, but I will work one Saturday because it's a management gig and I was required to do that. I said, no problem. So I'm working Monday through Friday. I figured, and it was 45 hours. So I said, cool. That's what my salary was. At the same token, figured I was already working like 2 jobs anyways, 2 full-time jobs. So I dedicated the rest of that time, 35 to 45 hours, to what? Real estate. So while I was working, and I don't suggest it because I don't want you to lose your job, but I would literally, during work, disappear because a call would come in. I learned my lesson. And that's what I'm going to share with you right now. If a call comes in, jump on the call. Yes, it's speed to lead, first 3 to 5 minutes. And then after I say, hey, I'd wait till my lunch hour. And the calls came in, be 2 or 3, right? Dealing with quality over quantity. It's different now. I get it. I'm not going to get into the details. But leads would come in for the website. They fill out the form. It's a long form, or maybe they call the national 800 number, local number, and pretty much raise their hand. Say, hey, I want to do what? I want to sell my property, or I'm interested in selling my property. Let me pull this up real quick. Okay. There's the QR code right there for you. But at the end of the day, get back to the story, I would wait. And when I waited and called them back, they either ghost me or didn't answer their phone, or, I'd have to wait till after work and try to follow up. Sometimes I get a hold of them. Sometimes I wouldn't, but most of the time I would not, unless I jumped on the horn very quickly. Now you have text, so you can respond to somebody quickly. And I'll give you my 2 cents about text as well. And hopefully that it's going to change. It has to change with the Made in America and getting back to, people having some respect for each other again, right? But back in the day, even now, look, that's what would happen with me. And I decided, you know what, that I would disappear while I was working in my job. I go hang out in the janitor's room. I'd hang it upstairs in the break room. I'd literally sometimes go out the back and jump on the horn and do my submission, because the mission is a submission. And I'll talk to you about that later on if we get time. And when I get all kinds of information, it's not the short form, right? Because you're going to have to, if you get the short form, you're still going to have to get the rest of the information anyway. So it's the full long form, plus it qualifies the lead. And if you can get all that information, you got a super hot lead, you're going to be setting an appointment. I guarantee it, right? Unless you suck. But that's not going to happen, because I'm going to help you with that, right? So that's what I do. I'd get on the horn, and literally sometimes you'd be hearing, hey, there's Eric. They're looking for you. Hello, get on the comm. Eric, blah, 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 we need you over here. Or they try to get in touch with me, looking for me, hunting me down. And obviously they started figuring stuff out to a degree. Say, hey, I noticed sometimes you disappear here and there, right? It's not, and they're thinking, right? I said, well, I had to go do this. You had to do that. Sometimes I was in the restroom, right? I had to take a call with my daughter or whatever, my family. They understand that stuff, right? Plus, well, I won't get into the details of it, but that's what I would do. And then I would set my appointments for that same day, right? Not tomorrow, not the next day, not next week. I would push for an appointment that day, because I know I'm getting off at 2:30. And yes, I got my office, which is my little minivan for the family. And I got my suit hung in there, and I got my bag of tricks with my laptop and all that good stuff, and contracts and agreements in my bag of tricks. And after I got off work, boom, right? If I needed to follow up, I'd follow up and get an appointment. If I didn't get an appointment on that, I know I'd get a full submission. And then I go through all my information after work, and then I try to get that appointment right after work. And if I did, I'd go to their property, go through my pitch, and that's part of the art of walking the house, right? It's the AMP Live method. It's what we do. I'm going to share that with you. But you got to set that appointment. Once you set that appointment, but can you imagine? I'm getting a lot of information. It's not just the house and the address and jumping on the horn and say, how much do you want for your house? Blah, blah, blah. Were you willing to take cash? All this good stuff. We're going through a lot of data points. We're hopping around in 3 different phases: opening up the call, the middle of the call, closing up the call, and qualifying the seller to see how motivated they are, right? And trust me, when we're done with that, they're telling us everything from birth until now, okay? Now, I know I say that a lot if you haven't seen it in the videos, but it's true. Our goal is to get them to tell us everything from birth until now, befriend them, make a friend, and get them on our side so we can help them. We can't help them. You can't provide solutions if they don't trust you. They don't like you. They look at you and there's no credibility. Where are you from? Where's your website? Who are you? Where are you located? How long have you been doing this, right? And all that good stuff comes down the wire. If you're new, you're fucked. If you got some experience, right, and you want to fake it and you don't want to lie. So that's the thing. There's a fine line, that gray area that you live in that box and outside that box, right? You're never going to tell somebody something you cannot do. And if you can't, then you have to maneuver and make stuff happen. You don't want to backpedal. Some people do. I get it. And just to get an offer and then backpedal after and try to squeeze them down. That's not what we do, right? You don't need to. It's called the art of the deal, right? It's salesmanship, right? It's becoming an expert. It's understanding. And if they share enough information with you, which we'll share with you, the art of the deal, the Amp-Live method to do that, then you'll be able to put an offer together that makes sense for them. Okay. A lot of them are going to say, well, how much can you get me? How much can you get me? Look, we don't even tell them. We don't even share that on the phone with them. They're saying, look, I need to view the property. I'll meet with you. And I guarantee you, if you are prepared to sell your property or prepared to sign today, when I arrive, if it's a mutual agreement and it makes sense for both of us and everybody involved, then I will come down and visit with you. And they're like, okay, well, how much? You know, it's back to the same thing. Look, you know, you ask them, when you bought the house, did you use an agent? Did you view the house? Did you buy it sight unseen? No, right? So it's the same principle, right? You got to have them live in your shoes and you got to live in their shoes, vice versa. So there is an art to it and some science, a little bit of science, right? And hey, good old luck. I don't say there's always luck, right? It's all in the universe. And if you got the flow, then maybe you could call that luck, right? Where things just flow. Let me check something out real quick. You can scan that QR code right there. I am going to help you become a creative real estate investor. I'm going to help you become a SubtoMaster. That is my goal for you. Let me put Victor on here. Hey, can you hear me? Test. Hello. We'll go back to the music stuff. Test. 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Are you there? If you are, let me see. I need to unmute yourself. It looks like it's here. Open it up. You can see it down here at the end of the day. But the whole goal is to help you become a SubtoMaster, right? Obviously. And I always like to kind of like Bruce Lee when I was a kid and growing up, right? Everybody has their heroes. And one was Bruce Lee, Evel Knievel, and yes, even the $6 million freaking man, right? Has a TV show. I even got myself a $6 million man haircut. I think I got one now, right? Is that a $6 million haircut? Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, it's I even went shooting with a friend of mine when I was younger. I was probably maybe 5, 6, 7 years old. Went with my mom and of course her boyfriend, and we're out there shooting guns. You take a bucket, you go up to the high desert, which is probably people know if you're in Southern California, and he had this thing, a pole hung over, big old bucket with shit in it, right? Not shit, actual shit, and you just shoot it, bam, 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 bam. And of course, there's rocks and stuff. And I got my $6 million man, jacket. It's white and my, rolled up sleeves here, so I look like the $6 million man. And I'm running and jumping, and getting those freeze frames and all that good stuff, right? But we all have to dream sometimes, right? Now, whether it was dreaming that I was a $6 million man or not, didn't matter, right? That's growing up. I noticed that a lot of people still do that, but they keep it under wraps, right? They're not going to tell you, I always wanted to be the six. If you've ever seen that movie, I think the two adults, they're living at home and shit, and say the dad wanted to be a T-Rex and all that shit. Shit like that. Yeah, you might want to keep under wraps, right? That you want to be a dinosaur or something, right? But, we got to get back to dreaming. But master real estate investing strategies with, yes, the SubtoMaster, myself, Eric. My goal is to help you with that. Victor should be on the line here. If you can't hear him, I don't know why, but maybe he'll say something or reach out or maybe do a chat, brother. Go in here and chat. I'm going to hit you on the private chat as well. See if you can see this. Looks like you're in. Maybe check. We got what we got here. What is that? Edit name. Don't need to. Volume's up. Same as mine. Hello, test. Victor, how you doing, man? I'm going to hit you up on Ring Central as well. Okay, you are in. And by the way, that's where we train. We train in one platform. We keep everything in one spot. We're going through the phase of an app. I do believe that we should still have an app. But at the end of the day, we will have that first quarter. We are gonna, and there's all these platforms, man. So, guys and gals, but I think we're gonna go back to putting it on our website, putting all our stuff in there too as well. That'll be our university or whatever. I don't know. It is what it is. Gets tired of going back to all this internet marketing stuff, right? That's for the Russell Brunsons of the world, right? They're badass. Trust me. You learn that real estate marketing stuff, you'll never go hungry. You can put a turd online as long as it's awesome. There's awesome script and pictures. People, shit, let me buy that turd. Let me buy that turd, right? You'll always make money. So that's one of my pro tips, right? If it don't work out in real estate, become an internet marketer. Jump on that Russell Brunson thing, right? And figure out how to sell anything online. If you can figure out how to sell shit online, man. I was watching this young kid. I think it's Dan Henry. Now I remember he was a young kid or something. Now he's a lot older, right? Working out and stuff. That's cool. Got the spectacles on, cool spectacles. But it's all about selling products, digital products, information. People want information, but the part where it breaks off is the information. PDFs and videos get you so far. Then you tap into some coaching. That'll get you so far. Then you really need a mentor, right? That's where we come in. We go straight to marriage, right? We're eliminating all the bullshit. So it's usually if you got your ass kicked in the business and you've been beat up in the industry and you're like at your last wits, this is your last hurrah right here with us. Come aboard. We work together. Our goal is to help you build your business, build your legacy, piggyback on AHA, Americans Help Americans, and Amp Live, VIP execs, and all that good stuff. And then we build out your business. It's done for you and done with you, right? Done for you and done with you. So we're here working with you, just like with my mentor. When I got to hear him do his work, you'll get to hear me. And then eventually you'll get to understand the rhythm and the flow so you can start doing that. We partner up. We do deals, private money, show you how to build your private money list, how to get your friendship deals together, right? How to find your buyers, how to get your marketing all together and all that good stuff, and figuring out the verticals, right? Free stuff, surfing for deals. There's, driving for dollars, text marketing, ringless voice message, calling. Yes, cold calling still works if you have a tolerance for that, right? I mean, it's in there. You should do it, but there's better ways of doing it by eliminating a bunch of other stuff and running them through, right? I like to call it the gauntlet till eventually, hey, that's all there is. And we got to call, and let's call. We got to knock on their damn door and go old school. Let's go old school. Let's send them some postcards and some letters because all that stuff works. Old school with new school works. I'm telling you, it always does. It's never going to go away. But at the end of even if they start changing the laws, who cares, right? That's the beautiful thing about real estate investors and creative real estate investors, right? Is that they're always adapting and emerging and adjusting. That's why they never perish. The last cycle, if it wasn't for investors, we would have been fucked. So a lot of investors pulled us out by buying those properties and taking down properties and stimulating the economy again and all that good stuff, right? And right now, interest rates are a little higher. So what? Last cycle, they're higher, 6%, 7%, 8%, or so I should 7 or 8. Right, so the interest rates are not too bad. About the same thing. What, 5, 6, 7%? Don't quote me on that. But I can find out for you if you're interested, or questions. Just ask some questions, man. So all right, so I'm gonna get back to this master real estate investment strategy with SubtoMaster Erick. Definitely reach out. I'm gonna put a QR code here so you can actually book some time with my butt if you'd like. I suggest you do, because I wish I had this stuff when I was up and coming. It's Erick of AHA. Book a breakout call with myself and my team. It'll be with myself as well. Scan that QR code. And if we move forward, then we'll tap into the team. But the main thing is that we'll get every single question that you have answered. Okay, I want to hear more about you. I want to hear what you're about. What makes you tick? Because it's a selection process. See if we're going to be a good fit. And if we are, we'll move forward. I will put an offering on the table, put a proposal on the table that'll fit for you, whether it's the hard cost or where you're at, whether you're just getting started, whether you've gotten beat up in the industry, you bought some properties, lost some money, or you have some properties and you're figuring out, man, I shouldn't have done that. I wish I would have known this creative real estate investing stuff first. And no, everything happens for a reason based on you, right? And what you're going through. Everybody's a little bit different. That's the beautiful thing about this is that, look, whatever flavor you are, whatever flavor or wherever you're at in your business, we're going to help you with that. We're going to build We're going to build a game plan around what you're wanting to accomplish. We're also going to build that target. We have to have a target. We'll start off with that first target. What is it? Buying a property, doing a wholesale deal, maybe making some money, putting it into your bank so you can celebrate, right? And go do something extravagant with you and your family or whatever, something you've never, ever done before, and go do it so you get a taste of it. And then get back to work, put your money back into your business and start rocking and rolling, right? But I can tell you this, you'll never be by yourself. You'll never be alone. We won't leave you hanging, right? We respond and I respond the same day. You respond, it's a text. Yeah, it'll be on the platform. If it's super important, I guarantee you the first 30 days, it's going to be like boot camp. Getting your mind working, getting the mindset rolling, right? Getting everything lined out, building that game plan, building out your target and what you want to accomplish. And then we start breaking down deals to make sure and understand, so you understand how to break down those deals and you understand what we're looking for, what you're looking for based on your goals, right? It's very simple. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and start getting into it. We're going to do some live role play. I got to make sure, and I want to make sure we won't move forward, okay, unless you understand the concepts. That's the problem with all these other programs, right? You're watching videos, you're trying to skip through, you're downloading all this shit, you're getting confused. Or even if you have a coach and they're going to say, oh, do this, do this, do this. Did you do this? Did you watch video 179 on negotiating? But they're not going to be there negotiating with you, on the horn with you. No, they're not going to jump on here and go, hey, let's fix this. You're stuck. Let's get you unstuck, right? Or, let's go, oh, yeah, well, next week, well, we got an appointment. We only got 4 calls for this month, blah, 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 blah. Fuck all that. And the email support, that's bullshit too. We'll get email support and all this good stuff. Look. Having a mentor is working. We're working together, right? We're going to make money together. If we're not making money, you're not making money. You're not making money, we're not making money, right? Guarantee you got to show up to the party. We're relying on what we do to help you get to where you want to get to. Makes no sense, right? The hard cost to come aboard, just keep the doors open. Right? We're not gonna become filthy rich doing that, right? It takes time. And there's a lot of effort that goes into it. So we want to make sure that you're the right fit. And if you are, and you can put your way out of a paper bag, follow directions, take action, guarantee you're going to get results. And then we're going to rock and roll and evaluate those deals. Is it a wholesale deal, fix and flip, buy and hold, sub 2, lease option? And you don't have to jump on a course and go, hey, I need to buy a $3,000 lease option course. I need to get a $10,000 creative real estate investing course. I need a $4,000 or $5,000 wholesaling course, right? That shit adds up. Trust me. I'd rather have done with you and done for you. Nobody does what we do on the planet like Amp Live, the American Mentee Program. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. Because nobody wants to, right? Now, I know that it can be done. We're doing it, and we're going to continue to do it and modify it and get better and better and bringing in systems to say that it can be done, right? And grow as well. That's the goal, is to help our fellow Americans across the United States of America. You can say Americans, you can say human beings, whatever the hell you want to, right? Aliens from Mars, I don't give a shit. The bottom line is, as long as we're able to work together, we're on the same path and we want the same things to move forward for your family, my family, our family and friends, then let's do it, okay? My goal is to help you become a SubtoMaster. You're probably going, well, I don't want to become a SubtoMaster. I just want to do some wholesale deals. No problem. I'll show you how to do that. Hey, I just want to buy some properties, fix and flip, or buy and hold. No problem. Hey, I want to buy some apartment buildings or some condos, or maybe it's duplexes, or I want to buy 20, 30, 40, 50 units, right? Some people come out, I want to buy 500 units. Okay, well, in about 3 to 5 years, you let me know how that's going, right? Because it's going to take some damn time. Doesn't mean you're still going to need some mentoring to figure out how to jump into that commercial arena, okay? We've been doing this for so long that, yes, it doesn't matter where you want to go. You want to buy commercial, you want to buy apartment buildings, you want to buy storage units, you want to buy land. I'm not big on land because it's easy peasy, but shit, I guess so. If you're in Texas, go buy within that triangle, right? For all the way from Fort Worth to Houston to Austin and everything in between, go buy that shit up. Why not, right? I know we're looking at that. So if you have some land there, send it over. We're looking at it. If you have commercial properties, 2025, we're dipping into the commercial arena. I've been single family for such a long time simply because that's what is the easiest for most entrepreneurs, for newbies, for investors, for agents, brokers, all that good stuff. And it's what I know, right? It's comfortable. So we're getting out of our comfort zone and moving, right? Doesn't mean don't take it down. Doesn't mean we won't, or we haven't. The bottom line is that if it's there, send it down the wire. We'll underwrite it. If we can put it together and make a deal where you get paid, we'll do it, okay? So Anywhere in the United States, I don't care. But right now, we'll tell you, we're looking at Southern California, Texas, up in the Fort Worth, Dallas area, and maybe some Austin stuff. Not interested in the Houston and the water and the flooding and all that bullshit or anything near the freaking border. And Missouri, okay? Kansas City, Missouri, Kansas City, Kansas is fine. Down there by like Warrensburg and that Air Force Base is cool. Definitely Springfield. I'm going to tap into a little bit. I'm not sure. But Springfield, I know it's kind of crazy, right? It's about, I think, an hour away from Joplin, the ocean, all that good stuff. Wouldn't mind some crazy ass, maybe some land too, right? With some cattle and all that good shit. Whatever. I don't know if I see him pop in about 15 minutes. Yes. All right. So, but I can't hear you. Oh, I can hear you now. Hey, what's up?
Hey, how's it going, Eric?
Pretty good, man. Did you get all that wood chopped up?
Yeah, well, I picked up all the wood and supplies and stuff like that. We're back here at the house.
Awesome. You got snow boots on?
I did. I took them off.
Oh, that's funny. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Eric?
Awesome, wonderful, brother. Thanks for coming aboard. And I'm going to get this screenshot thing off of here real quick. Let me pull it up.
Cool.
There we go. Now I can see you. All right, let's get a good look at you, man. Hey, what's up, brother?
Hey, how's everybody doing? How's it going, Eric?
Pretty good, man. Hey, like your shirt.
Thank you. Hey, Che.
What's that? What's the hat say?
The hat says Supreme.
Supreme, huh? Awesome. All right, cool. Yeah, I was reading some. What was that book you said? I think you were reading 47 Laws of Power.
Yeah. Yes, the 48 Laws of Power.
I know. I'm kind of breaking it up now that you're here. I was just talking about who knows what the hell.
I have it right over here. It's
awesome. Really? What?
Yeah, I have that book literally right over there.
Cool. How is it?
It's a good one.
Pretty crazy, huh?
Yeah, I'm still like only in the second chapter of the book and stuff, so I'm still just getting through it. But I mean, it's different.
Yeah, I read all the 47 laws and shit. Go, man, well, shit. A lot of this stuff, these CEOs, Trump, fucking Dana, all these fuckers, they kind of all seem like they live within those laws, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy, huh? And most people don't want to or don't know about it, or thinking, oh man, that's too harsh, that's too hardcore. And sometimes that's what the entrepreneurial road is, right? The other side, the road less traveled, right? Is what you got to do. Instead of showing up to the your job, which is fine. Some people love their career, right? Some people are just sick and tired. I've been talking to a lot of people lately, man. Frustrated, sick of my shit. I've been at IT for 15, 20 years, and some of these cats are super young. Like, what are you doing? Program when you're 2 years old and shit, right? I'm going, damn. But it is what it is. Everybody wants to get into creative real estate. Not creative. I always say that because that's my world. That's where I live. That's where you live. Creative real estate investing, right? But it's real estate in general. People just want to do some real estate investing, and they figuring, hey, it's easy peasy. You watch the YouTube and the TikTok, man, and all that good stuff, right? But there's always a journey, kind of like that Dewey Cox movie, man. What was it called? Walk Hard.
Yeah.
You ever see it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's talking about this. Was the ride Beautiful Ride?
Yeah, I think so. It's been a minute since I've seen it. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and they got. I know I probably shouldn't say this, man, but they're getting together and they're going to do a tribute or some sort, right? And of course, these are the Amish guys and Jewish guys, and they're the ones running the record company, and they want to get Dewey Cox. And then you want to get this artist called. I think it was called. What the fuck was it called? What the fuck is it called? Oh, Little Nutsack. Remember that?
Yeah.
You remember that shit?
Yeah.
We want to put Dewey Cox and Little Nutsack right together, on the show and doing a song, right? But that's why I say you're never too old, man. You're never too young. 18 to 80. You can even be younger, man. Back nowadays with all this information, shit. When I wanted to get started, I think I was 15, 16, 17 years old. But I thought I was too young. I didn't think I was too young to play music and go into clubs and stuff and play in a band. But I thought I was too young to say, hey, become an entrepreneur, to be able to buy houses, fix and flip and all that stuff, right? That was my goal. Or just to buy them and hold them and acquire them. Nowadays, what's your opinion on that, man? What do you think about the youth of today going, you know what? What do you think anyway? You're a young cat. What are you seeing out there? What are you thinking? What are you thinking about people? What are they wanting? Like, hey, you know what? I want to become a real estate investor. I want to do this crypto shit. I want to get into stocks and bonds and become a real estate mogul and all this stuff. What are you seeing and hearing out there?
I mean, I'm seeing a lot of people wanting to do more than just a normal 9 to 5. They want to build generational wealth in one way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's they, like you said, they either decide to start doing crypto, starting their own business and stuff, or getting into real estate investing one way or another and stuff like that. I mean, it's a right now it's the time of like everybody's evolution and growth and stuff. And for me, I mean, I played around with the crypto. Crypto's cool, crypto's fun, but
Yeah.
when I realized, yeah, there's big ways to make quick, fast profits in there, but it's a super huge risk. Now, real estate is a huge risk as well, but I feel this it's a better risk. It's more backed. You know what I'm saying? It's actual real estate. If you understand, you know, obviously, you know, it's a property. It grows annually and stuff like that in value and everything. So I'm seeing a lot of people now transitioning from like, oh man, I'm tired of like doing a crypto thing. I'm tired of like trying to run my own business. I feel like I just really want to get into real estate, get a property or two, and start cash flowing and stuff. So over the last like year or two, I've seen a lot of people from different industries coming into real estate, wanting to learn real estate.
Wanting to learn?
Yeah.
So what do
Be
you
a
think?
part of it.
What's your advice for the young cats, man, when they're getting involved in this stuff? Because obviously, you know, some understand that you got to get in, you got to go to school, or you got to learn, and then execute, learn the rules of the game. And some are like, man, I watch YouTube, TikTok, and they just want to jump in, become the CEO of the company.
Yeah. I mean, my advice is, I mean, you could sit there and watch all the videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
You could get all these little small programs and stuff, but I mean, it's going to take a lot for you to put it together how it needs to go for it to be a solid, smooth, like situation, like from beginning to end. I've seen a lot of people get in and they're just buying a program, buying another program, buying another program. But it's like you bought one program and didn't fully execute the thing, you know, the full strategy, the way it tells you how to do it or how to do this and that. Right. And then if you do, there's still parts missing. Or what if there's not parts missing, but yet you don't know what to say for a certain rebuttal that the seller has for you and stuff like that, you know? So, me, I feel those programs and stuff like that, those one shot things, those little simple little programs and seminar, webinar things and stuff, they help you, but they're just helping you realize that you need an actual mentor. You need somebody that's already done real deals. Now, I'm not saying that these people who have these programs haven't done deals. Yes, they have, but they can't take the time out of the day and sit there and talk to you or pick up your phone call when the seller is having back and forth with you and not trying to give up the information that they are supposed to for you to actually continue, you know? So the best advice is find a mentor. Don't worry so much about these small little programs. Find a mentor that will teach you all of them, because you don't want to have to go get a program for sub 2, a program for wholesaling, a program for learning how to do tax liens and pre-foreclosures, and then spinning your wheels and stuff. You know, that's the worst part about it. You'll just be spinning your wheels trying to figure things out till you just get burned out. Then you get burned out and you just give up. You know, and I don't want to see people do that. So that's what I'm saying. My biggest advice is getting a mentor. I got one because in the beginning I didn't know what I was really doing. I was so frustrated. I was about to give up. And then once I was able to have a mentor and come on to AHA and stuff like that and get help. And I remember when I needed to call you right then and there when the dude was like, yeah, give me a call and stuff. Let's talk about my properties. I got over 400 of them, but we'll start just with 10. I did not know what to do. And that's the same with all of you. None of you guys would know what to do if you don't have a mentor, you know, to contact and be like, hey, man, what do I do right now? I've never experienced this, or I don't know what to say. This isn't in the program. This isn't written down on the scripts. What am I supposed to do? The best thing was that I had a mentor, man, and I could say that it's helped me the whole journey.
Yeah, no, it's a powerful thing, man. And some people don't understand that, or they have to go through it, right? So then that's good advice. And it comes from experience, right? And everything's
Yeah.
the way to get in, battle tested, figure out for yourself what works for you, what doesn't work for you, what things do you like? Do you like calling people, not calling people? And then even when you don't, it's best just to get in, learn it, and do it, right? And then you figure out that's not my jam. Well, I don't want to do calls, right? then you go, okay, well, you should still what? Learn how the process is before you hire somebody. Because you've seen that happen before, right? You've seen it with others. They hire fucking VA. Oh, I got VA, 2 VAs, 3 VAs. Or you hear the stories that they got them, nothing happened. They made 10,000 calls and get any leads, or they got a few leads. But then when it's time for them to come aboard and jump on stage, you go, okay, now I got to call the lead and turn it into a deal. They fall flat. And that's where, a lot of that stuff happens, right? I get it. Having a mentor works, man. And there's no doubt about it, but it's not for everybody, right? Usually got to be at that point where you gotten beat up in the industry. I think I was talking about that earlier. And,
yeah, I heard that.
When I got started, fucking working at a place and figuring that out, I mentor didn't come till later, but I because I was stubborn, right? So I want to spend no money on this shit. So by not spending money, it took me a lot longer, and I had to build out my brand, and then I changed the brand, and then I put the websites together, and then I put together, well, how do I want my mission statement and my company to be and be perceived and all that good stuff, an attorney, all that crazy stuff, right? That all took time, man. But
yeah,
that's the journey I had to take. Everybody's journey is different, including yours, right? Like your journey, when you got started, right? You had to buy a couple courses, go through some shit, get beat up a little bit, and then go, shit, what's really out there? And that's what people don't think. I think they don't understand. They watch a lot of hoopla, man. That's why I always say internet marketing. If you become an internet marketer, man, shit, people sell online. That's a science and a gift at the end of the day. Mostly a science, right? And being tenacious. It's a beautiful thing. But this is like the real deal, right? We're always selling shit. Yeah, of course. We're going to get some information. We're going to share some information. Like I'm going to jump in here in a second, man. We'll wrap up a little bit, but I'm going to wrap up in a second. I want to go to the platform and check out some comments of some of the people when they come back right now. Some of them are going, yeah, I got it taken care of, but they really don't. Or I'm working with somebody. Do you stop?
Right.
Well, fuck it. Who cares? We keep going. They're working with somebody. It's obviously not taken care of. We do our homework. Let's set an appointment. Or they call back and say, yeah, give me a call. Or I try to call you. That's a lead, right? They're coming back. Speed the lead. Or some would say, the crazy shit, right? F you. Hope you die. You're this and you're that and blah, 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 because they're frustrated, right? It's not our fault that they got in that situation. It's called life. They got in that situation. It's a stress situation. Or maybe they're just frustrated, even if people calling them. A lot of times they think it's the same person. I told you, stop texting me. Man, it's the first damn text. What are you talking about? That's probably the 20, 30 other people or 10 or 15 other people that got the same data.
Yeah.
Right? And that's the way it is. And now we know we don't go in there and argue with them. So, well, this is public information. This is how I got the information and this and that, blah, blah, blah. And all kinds of other people are going to call you. So you pick your battles, right? Unless that conversation happens on the phone, it's best not to text or email and do that stuff. Get on the phone and do it. But then sometimes, it's cool. I'll fuck around with it. I go, hey, you know what? Just remember, it's public information in Southern California. Once that thing goes into pre-foreclosure or anything like that, it gets recorded. So it's not just me. You might want to, there's going to be a lot of people calling you, agents, brokers, investors. Trust me, I understand how you feel. Empathy, right? And that's how we get into it. And then we go for it. What we do, set up the appointment, get the call. The mission is a submission, right? Get all that information. And I was talking about that earlier, right? The short form and the long form. Now maybe go ahead and give me your 2 cents on what you think about the short form, long form, which one's better, even though you got to get all the information anyways, just to determine whether you can help them out or not, right? And whether you're making an offer on the phone, which we don't do, but hey, I know people do it. I don't say not do it. If you can get it done, awesome, more power to you, right? But you better have a frame. There has to be a process to make that shit happen. I know some guys are doing it and they're teaching that stuff out there, right? Hold on the phone, here's your number, 354-38, pre-foreclosure 69 or whatever the fuck, right? And I'm going to get my manager on the phone like they're selling a car, right? And then, then you go back and forth going, okay, yeah, you're saying you want this much money. My manager said I could do this within the next 10 minutes, blah, blah, blah. And then try to lock it up, right? And they're doing all the data right there. Doesn't mean it doesn't work, right? Just means is that your flavor? There's certain times if you can understand and know that flavor or know that role, then you can put it in your arsenal, right? Like for us, when we come aboard and someone comes aboard and it's a mentee, right? First 30 days like boot camp, right, brother?
Mm-hmm.
And that process is mindset, learning how to break down deals, right? Some role play so we can get you geared up so you can get into the field and be somewhat dangerous. and then surfing for deals, hunting for properties and things of that nature, and actually talking to sellers, getting the mission to the submission, right? And then being able to write some offers, right? Going to the park, going to the house, if they're sweet enough and they're like, yeah, you know how that is, right?
Yeah.
Just like you're talking about the Texas 10, right? He was an investor. He wanted to get rid of him. He's going through some issues, had divorce and all kinds of shit, and he was I think a professor or some shit, and his wife, high earners. He was associated to some other people and attorneys and stuff, right? But the bottom line was that we're not dealing with somebody who doesn't know what they're doing, right?
Right.
But if it was you doing it by yourself, that call probably wouldn't have went anywhere, right?
Oh no, it wouldn't have. I wouldn't have knew much to do because he started asking me questions that I didn't know the answers to at that point in time yet. Because it was so early in the game. That was the first 30 days. That was underneath the first 30 days we locked up that contract with those 10 on there.
Right.
So I was so fairly new. It happened so fast. I didn't know what to do, and that's why I was super grateful. Still to this day, man. Like that's why I said, I was like, man, Eric, if it wasn't for you, man, like it would have never happened, and we would have never got locked up. Like So yeah, it would have went a whole different way. I already know it would have.
Right.
Because what I was learned.
What was that?
Yeah, for what I learned beforehand and stuff, I would have just been like, what I was taught with those programs was to just walk away from that once they got to that point. Like, talking about like, okay.
Right? It doesn't fit your box of wholesaling. Maybe you got a wholesale program.
Right.
70 cents on the dollar, one trick pony, 73.75, and that's it. You're done, right?
Right.
And then you got to progress. It's like anything else. There's levels to it, right? You start off as a bird dog, then maybe you're going to, find properties for people, then you become a wholesaler. And then you're going, hey, I'm making some money. I want to fix and flip, buy and hold. Then you go, hey, I'll go get a loan. And you go traditional because you have these courses to go traditional. Or you go, well, maybe I could do some of this creative stuff, right? And build a private bank, friendship deals, subject to existing financing, lease options. But then all those are what? Another course and modules, right?
Yep.
And that adds up, starts adding up. That's why we talk to so many people. Shit, I spent 15, 20, 30,000. They've already went through 4 or 5 programs. They're trying to figure out how they fit, right? In the scheme. Yeah. And that's the beauty about AHA, Americans How Americans Amp Live, is that it doesn't matter, right? Whatever it is that you're wanting to accomplish, 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to lie, right? And you know this. Everybody wants to wholesale because that's what they've seen. I want wholesale. Yeah. I want to make some money. I want to put it back into my bank. And then eventually I want to start buying and holding, single family, commercial, storage units, all that shit, right? But the beauty about what we do with the mentoring is that it doesn't matter, right? As long as it comes into the funnel, whether it's a commercial deal, we'll know how to work it, right? I'll ask you, and you know how that goes. We'll ask every mentee, you too, right? Say, hey, here's what we got. Here's the situation. Here's where the money's at. Do you want to work it? And you say yes or no, right?
Right.
And if you say yes, we move forward. If you say no, that's okay. Obviously, in the early days, now it's a little different. Say, okay, you don't want to mess with it? Okay, cool. Then we're going to take it down. We're going to lock it up, and we're going to get you a bird dog fee, right? Some smaller wholesale fee of some sort. And you'll still get to do what? Learn the process, because maybe we wanted to buy it in-house, but you'll learn it. It's just that you won't be involved in every single thing unless you say, yeah, I want to, let's do it. Let's take it down. Then you're involved in what? Everything, right? There's nothing held back. Contracts, agreements, the discussions, the talks, the chats, the art of the deal, walk-in properties if you have to, right? Everything. Yeah. Everything from point A to point B to COE to close of escrow is what I share with you. And nobody really does that. Now, I get it. There's programs out there and they got groups, but it's the same thing, right? 80% are newbies. Maybe about 15, 20% are the ones that are experienced, and they go after all the newbies. Yeah, no problem. Bring me a deal, bring me a deal, bring me a deal. They do the deals, but they don't learn shit because they're not going to tell them, right? They're not going to discuss these things with them. Not to mention their fee goes from 15, 20, goes lower and lower and lower and lower at the end of the day because they're really not – they just brought a lead generator, right? It's a bird dog. And you get it paid accordingly, right? So the JV shit with 50-50 and all that good stuff, look, that doesn't even make sense. If you bring a deal to the table and you're going to joint venture with somebody, why 50% of what? If you're not doing just because you brought the lead, so what? Right? I'll give you a check, cash you out. Because if you don't close it, you're not getting shit anyways. based on their
Right.
experience, they're probably not going to close it. Maybe they'll get lucky. Now, a lot of people get lucky, and it is what it is until they figure things out. But there's the ones that actually somewhere out there rocking and rolling, kicking ass, right? Wholesale's still there, man. People are doing deals all over the United States of America. Creative deals are being done, commercials being done. So there's no excuses at the end of the day. But I just wanted to frame it to the point where it's showing like, what's the difference between a regular program of buying the modules or buying something or saying, hey, yeah, let's create a real estate investing and we're going to share these certain things with you. For us, it's like a funnel. And if it comes in, doesn't matter what that deal is. Even if you're just wanting to do wholesale, you still have the option to say, hey, do you want to do this fix and flip? Do you want to do this sub-2 deal? Do you want to do this lease option? Because we're going to break it all down, share that with you, right? It's in your mind. So once it breaks down into your subconscious and you have those triggers and goes to your conscious, like training, right? You start learning more. You learn very quickly. You learn a lot faster. You'll shave off 3 to 5 years. It sounds like a sales pitch, but it's true. And this is just not just me, but scientifically, plus based on what we've done with other mentees and based on how I've learned and what's out there and how other people learn, right? Is that it's doing those things, brother. It makes the process a lot faster. And sometimes, I guarantee it, a lot of times the mentee doesn't even notice or recognize how fast they are, or they base it on, why I did this for 6, 8, 9, 10 months. I did this for 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. Fuck, I'm already way past from the 6, 7, 8 months that I was over here, and I'm like way up here. But they're going, fuck, I didn't expect that, but at the same token, can I maintain it, right? Because us, we're always there to hold you accountable, right? We show up to the party, man. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And if you don't, you can lose the deal, right?
Yeah.
And shit like that happens. But we're there to, we're changing that all up. We'll take the fucker down, right? Say, hey, we'll get you a wholesale fee, right? Or what do you call it? Bird dog fee. But at the end of the day, 2025, man, and I think I said it earlier too, man, we're moving into more of the commercial stuff because a lot of those loans are going to come due in 25, 26 as well. So they're out there. If anybody watches this, rewind it, go forward, backwards. You can email me at Erick at amplive.tv, Erick at amplive.tv. You can also scan that QR code right there. You see it right there. I believe that's going to go to some newbies and stuff like that. You can get an application. This has like some testimonials and stuff on there. I know, Victor, you're on there. I think you're on there when you're at Disneyland. We locked up that one deal in the Midwest, and I think you're at Disneyland with your family for a couple of weeks. And,
literally 2 weeks, Eric.
Yeah.
Think about it. Hey, I didn't mean to stop you right where you're talking, man, but let's get to that point. Because listen,
that was awesome.
It was amazing because we were working deals and we closed some deals before we came across this property in Missouri. And we were able to, do what we did with that. So when it came to that situation and I was able to, we closed the other deals and I was able to go and live more freely and have more time with my family and stuff, I spent 2 weeks in Disneyland. And when people found out how long I was there, they're like, what'd you do? Why'd you sound like you moved in? I was like, it felt like it. I was there for 2 weeks. I've never done anything like that and stuff. And that right there, we won't talk numbers, but we know that that's not a cheap situation. And hell no. And that was obtained by learning how to do real estate, closing deals. And that's the funny thing. That same exact property that we locked up to first wholesale off ended up becoming one of mine. My very first own property that we took down and kept. We were taking down properties and, wholesaling them and doing everything like that, JVing and teaming up and stuff. But this was one where I said, you know what, Eric, I feel confident enough to take this one. And we did. And then, so it went from a wholesale to a subject to existing finance deal. Now, let me tell you this, people who's listening. A program that you bought is not going to help you with that. Not even a once a week seminar or video call with 30 other people and one mentor in there or person to help you out is going to do that. Because at the blink of an eye, it literally went from a wholesale deal to having to do subject to existing finance and figure out and restructure the whole deal. You won't be able to do that alone unless you really, really know what you're doing and you've done it before. So I'm very lucky. Like I still say, that I had Eric and the whole AHA team, Sweden and everybody and stuff to help with that because we were instantly all together on the same path, on the same like mentality of making that happen. You guys helped me make that happen, dude, and like it's changed my life forever. Ever since then, I knew that things that I always thought were unattainable are actually attainable because purchasing a property and having it not just to live in it but as an investment, that's the difference. An investment property changed the way my mind started to think and how things started to be for me. And now, I mean, if I could say it, I'll say it. You could get on me later about it, but now that same property is a deal that we're working on, getting it ready to be put on the market, man. And I'm excited, dude. Like it's amazing because now look, now we're actually doing a fix and flip, guys, and now it's gonna get ready to get listed. Those are so many different strategies we did. I would have had to buy so many programs and tap in with so many different people just to make that happen. That this is like the one stop shop, and I'm even a part of it. I even help if Eric ever needs me to help train for the first 30-day challenge or anything stuff like that. I tap in. I'm involved. So I'm sorry I was ranting, dude, but it's just all
No,
excitement,
that's
man.
cool.
I'm sorry. It's
No, it
excitement because it's
justifies.
something so amazing, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it justifies what I was discussing earlier, right? Is that that it's not like any other program out there in the entire world, and I can literally say that and not get in trouble or there's no bullshit behind it because I know what we do is different from everybody else out there. I understand. I understand my market, which is the mentoring side. I understand my market as the creative real estate investor as well. That's my world, right?
Yeah.
And then my partners and resources like VIP Execs Realty and Lending, that's their world, the public sector, right? The broker, they do the listings and they do that stuff and the loans and everything else, and buyers and working with buyers. I live in the private sector. You live in the private sector. And eventually you're going to be getting your license. So you'll live in the private sector with the license as well and all that good stuff. You eventually get that done, right? So
Yes.
there's opportunities. It's a growth. It's something that you decided to do. At the same token, I know you have, like a comic book business. You do things as an entrepreneur and you got stuff that's rolling and things that are coming out and comic books and art and all kinds of stuff. And I know you do stuff with like your own clothing line and all that good stuff, right? That's what real estate opens the doors for you to do, right? Is to do
Yeah,
those other
that's
things.
correct.
And
100% correct. All that
that's
wouldn't have
another
happened,
story,
Eric.
man. Huh?
All that would have never have happened. Me having this whole comic book company business. This is just
Yeah.
upstairs, okay? This is
Yeah.
just my upstairs inventory. I wouldn't have had this and my clothing company and traveling and stuff like that and everything if I wouldn't have taken that step, got into real estate with the right people and doing it the right way and sticking it out. None of this would have been possible, dude. Like I know it wouldn't have because I was just set in a certain mindset because I was just conditioned to be like that. Like once I started to read Think and Grow Rich and the 17 principles, to success and
Right.
everything like that. And I just started doing my more daily meditations because I've always been a spiritual person and stuff like that. And I was able to shift my reality and change. Like it's been different ever since. It's just like it's an amazing experience. I tell everybody all the time when people start talking about real estate or anything like that, or they have issues, I'm
Right.
instantly like, hey man, like what's going on? Like, did you know you can do this? Hey, did you know? No, you don't have to do that. You don't have to sell it just yet. Let's figure out this and that. And it's just a great experience, man. Like everything, like I said, it's just continuously growing, learning new things every time. I mean, I'm learning about all the new different types of contracts and us doing going 50-50 and then doing everything on the fix and flip and learning how to hire people and have to fire people and everything. That is all a part of a one-stop shop type program. And I'm not a part of the program anymore, but I'm a part of the team. Once you pretty much graduate from that mentorship, it's up to you. It's offered to you. Do you want to be a part of AHA completely? Do you want us to always be there for you because the name and the brand is solidified and it helps you. It helps you when you're out there and you're trying to do deals and get things done. You're backed by a name, and that's what helps too. So I feel like that's all of that combined, man, is a great feature here at AHA. And I've did my research, and I was even trying to see who was our competition and stuff for a while was how we run, what we run, and on our mentorships
Yeah.
compared to other platforms and programs. And I could still
Right.
say it, it ain't the same.
No,
It ain't the same. Because you got to
no,
wait 2 weeks to get an email to state you can even speak to the guy who sold you the program about the help that you need. By that time, this property has been purchased by us or something.
exactly.
So it's it sucks for those type of people, but you got to speed the lead, man, and have the right people there with you. I know that for a fact.
That's true. I mean, there is a difference between coaching and mentoring, and then videos, and you do videos. We'll give you the videos, PDFs, only to reiterate what you've already learned, right?
Yeah.
But there's
Yes.
nothing like it, and we spend the time with you the first 30 days. After that, 60, 90 days, depends on how long it takes you to get a contract and an agreement or deal. And then the goal is to obviously for what? For you, right? And others, right? Even
Yeah.
myself, say, go for it. Get the deal done, right? And if you need us, we're there. We're still going to go through the flow. We're still going to walk through the deal, but it's going to be you negotiating the deal. You work in the deal. You work in the art of the deal. You work in the art of walking the house or putting a proposal on the table to lock that son buck in. But you know that you're not alone, and we got your back in case things start going sideways, right? Then we got to correct some things, right? And then the splits, those are all based off of how much time we're spending and all that good stuff. Obviously, everybody's different when they jump into the program. I won't discuss a bunch of that stuff, right? But obviously, it's the bird dog, the wholesale, and fix and flip
Yeah.
and all that good stuff, and how we do stuff. We'll do a certain amount of deals for up to 6 months, have up to 12 months to make all that stuff happen, right? For the one-on-one mentoring.
Mhm.
But the goal is also done for you and done with you, right? So
Yeah.
it depends on what levels too. So we have obviously changed that. Before, when we first started, it was all like straight to marriage, right, brother? It's like, hey,
Yeah.
we're going to go on a date and it's straight to marriage. That's it. Do you have any other programs? No $97 programs, $2,000, $3,000 programs or something, right? With this, a bunch of videos and PDFs. So no, we don't do that, right? It's like straight to marriage. You either want to
Yeah.
rock or you don't. You're either ready to rock and let's go. And a lot of people going, well, I'm just waiting for my ship to come. I'm waiting for the cruise liner to come to the shore. Well, the cruise liner is too damn big. They're not going to come to the shore. So you either got to jump in a boat and go to the cruise liner, right? Or you got to jump in the damn water, start swimming, and go get on that boat before it takes off, right? It's the same thing. And that's what people don't understand, right? But when they get to a certain point, they have a chit chat with us and they've been beat up in the industry, then they understand. They go, man, this is what I need. This is what I've been looking for. This is what they said they're going to give me, and it never happened, right? Because it was, things got clouded, right? They didn't read between the lines and see the forest of the trees. Or people will read and think what they want to believe, right? Well, I thought it said that on the website, but then you go look and you go, no, that's not. It's coaching, right? Videos, PDFs, Facebook group, blind leading the blind. That's cool. Like you said, 30, 40 people, one mentor or coach training, and everybody in there not learning jack. Unless you even if you get a question answered or so, right? I just know those things are they're good if you're trying to learn, right? Like school. But even then, it's still going to get clouded up. You're not going to learn everything. The key is mentoring. It's the muscle memory, right? And you know how I coach and mentor, and you got your style. Everybody has their own style, right? But obviously, we want to have want to have some policies and procedures. Want to be doing the same thing for everybody to a degree, and that's sometimes a little hard, but it can be done. We're doing that now, but it's and it just comes down to policies, procedures, and knowing what is going to happen. It's like having a crystal ball, right? Now, what you don't know is you don't know, but when you do, you do. And even then, you have a skill set. You become an expert, right? That's our goal. Remember, I said, hey, our goal is to turn you into a sub-2 master at the end of the day, if that's what you want. Wholesale master doesn't matter. But the goal is that you have to go through those things to become an expert. I think in boxing, I forgot how many hours you have to train just to go 13 rounds, right? How many times you have to punch a bag just to have the correct jab in the correct form, right? It's the same thing. The only difference is you're not spending years and years and years of spinning your wheels and a bunch of money because the buck stops right here, right? Boom, you're ready to commit. We're going to commit. We're going to jump in and get you trained up, and then we'll jump in the ring to kick some ass with you, right? Because that's what we enjoy. I enjoy it. I know you like that shit too, right? Going up against sellers and buyers, investors, and all that good stuff, agents and shit, right? For me, I just get off on the shit, right? If that's the right word for it, but I enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's cool to have somebody who's confrontational actually become your friend or confrontational. And then, hey, they start going, hey, yeah, sorry about that. This and that has been going through a lot. Or maybe it's a buyer or an investor who had a bad day and shit, right? And then we make their day, but then there's others, right? You've experienced it. 1 to 3%, right? Out of 100. or whatever. About 1 to 3% are assholes. No matter what you do, they just got to stick up their butt, or they're just, wrong, or they're going to lie, or they're deceitful, right? And you found that out. But the great thing about that's only 1 to 3. So figure 3 people out of 100, 97 of the people are going to be awesome sellers, awesome buyers, awesome business, right? But sometimes you'll run into those son of bitches right out of the gate. Just depends on where your flow is, where your mindset's at, and what you're calling to you, right? Remember talking about that spiritual stuff, right? But
Yeah.
like it says up here, I got the screen up here. It says no drama, just deals, right? I think I need to add no drama and no BS, because you hear me say it a lot, right? Let's just eliminate the drama. Let's not pull drama towards us. Eliminate the bullshit, and let's just stick with the deals, helping our fellow sellers, helping us, our families and stuff, and throwing some good vibes out to the universe and God, right? And when we do that stuff and you manifest it, good shit comes towards you, right? Even when bad stuff is coming to you, if you hit that PMA, Think and Grow Rich, right? And things start changing. Am I right?
Yes, 100%. Yeah, that's true.
Right. So
Yeah.
we'll be your if you got a couple questions for me, man, definitely we can knock them out. But I have this up here. It says join the Amp Live 30 Days to the Real Estate Challenge. Obviously, that's going to be on Monday, or should say Wednesday. We got the how to become a real estate investor, real estate domination, networking meetup and stuff. So if you're in Southern California, we'll get together, break some bread, maybe eat and do some training. Otherwise, it'll be all on here online. Mm-hmm. And any other state across the United States of America, you'll be able to jump in 7 p.m. January 8th. I know you'll be there unless you got some stuff to do, because I know everybody has schedules and stuff, right? Shit happens. But I'll be there. Train. Okay, so we'll obviously open it up, see who comes aboard and who's coming from where and what state. Then we'll lock it up. We're going to get into what I'm about, what you're about, what we do at AHA, Amp Live, VIP execs, talk about how to become a creative real estate investor, how to dominate your area. Because I always say start in your own area. Starting somewhere else, and I'm not going to get too deep into that. But hey, if we're a good fit, there'll be a proposal, there'll be an offering at the end of that live webinar and meetup and training, and you'll have your opportunity to come aboard. And we're still going to honor for last year, which was January, or I should say last year of 2024 for 2025. We're still going to do like the 48% off because it goes up every year, and it's going to be the done for you and done with you program. We do have some other programs that have been dropping down the wire, and I know I shared them with you, Victor, and others, where it's done with you, done for you, and yes, a do-it-yourself one, right? That means the videos, the PDFs, but guess what? We're still going to be in there. We'll help you rock a deal. We'll help you fucking structure that son of a bitch, right? Heck, we may even get in and do the deal with you, or we may buy the deal from you, but at least you'll be able to get in, even if you're a newbie. So we have never, I shouldn't say we have never, we've taken on some newbies and they've done, pretty good. And at the end of the day, it's usually for the one-on-one mentoring and Amp Live, being a newbie is just you're just not ready, right? You haven't been beat up enough. It's going to be either the money or the commitment. And a lot of times it's the money, but we got that figured out nowadays, right? So we can help you out with that and financing, get you all done. If you can't afford a $200, $300, $400, $500 payment a month, then you probably should not be doing this business right now. But that's one way of getting things done. At the same token, when we're doing this stuff, right, there are coaching programs, like I said, with the videos and PDFs and the getting in there to train and helping you with stuff like that. But everybody wants to come aboard 9 times out of 10 going, man, I need this. I need the one-on-one. I need to be able to have somebody to work with. I can't wait for 2-3 days or a week of email support. I don't want to be in a Facebook group with the blind leading the blind, and a bunch of people, trying to ask questions. And then at the end of the 3 hours, you're going like, shit, I didn't learn shit, right?
Right.
You're going to watch all the videos and, tons of videos and PDFs. Yes, they'll be there. There is a method to the madness. We like to do things in an unorthodox manner because it works, right? And we believe in sales 101, psychology, and muscle memory, right? Those things work. That's Amp Live, man. Those are the things that work. So if you want to join the 30 Days to a Deal Challenge, that's a way to segue into the one-on-one mentoring program. Kind of gives you a taste and a flavor. I don't want to put too much on the table here, but I believe there's a QR code. You can scan that, book a call with myself and the team. And also, I believe there might be something here for this 30 Days to a Deal Challenge. I believe it's just entering. It's just for the 30 days, though. I'll put it up here. I believe it's Amp Live Join On 30-Day Challenge. I'll put it right there and scan that QR code so you can get your spot before they run out. Not sure where it's at, but I'll take it because I know this stuff changes up in Sweden. Sometimes gets it right and sometimes he doesn't, right? But at the end of the day, let me scan this real quick. See where it goes. To confirm, all right, yeah, you can go there. Just join the challenge. That's an application. Not going to cost you a dime. Go in there, and we'll see where you fit, right? Is it just getting started? Is it some coaching? Is it some mentoring? But I know right now, everything we're doing right now, one-on-one mentoring, take advantage of that. And I'm going to go ahead and if you got questions, man, or anything that's kind of like you'd like to talk about, let's do it. But go ahead and scan that QR code, lock in for 30 days to do a challenge. I know we got public service announcement. That's going to be Wednesday, January 8th, 7 p.m. And I believe that maybe it's right here. Let me see.
I think I want to save my questions for maybe the 8th when we go on the 8th, because I still have a few more questions and I want to iron out the list good
Okay,
and
cool.
everything and stuff, because I feel the questions I have will help a lot of people. They just have probably questions they're not wanting to ask. And this is another thing, everybody. If you guys do have questions, reach out to Eric or to me for any questions you want answered, or like on the next upcoming live that we're going to be doing. If you have a question to ask him and he wasn't able to get to it this time, reach out to him or to me, and we'll make sure to get that on the list as well, and we can get that answered for you the next time we hop on. Just make sure you always stay tuned and make sure you follow, and if you have any questions, just reach out.
Sounds good. And scan that QR code. This is for the 30 days to do challenge. It's a little bit different, right? But it definitely gets you up and running and rocking and rolling. Our goal is to help you get a deal with the next 30 days, right? And it'll segue. And it's up right now. I got a QR code. It is discounted at about 50%. If you jump on that, cool. After 30 days, we will credit you towards the one-on-one mentoring program. And that'll be we'll still honor the 40% off minus this and what you invest in this program as well. And we'll go ahead and get you lined out for the Done With You, Done For You program on that for mentoring. And it's one-on-one mentoring, right? Now, there's not a big old list, or you can go to the website and go, hey, what do I get for all this good stuff? And Wednesday, like you said, Wednesday, January 8th, be there. We'll talk about everything. There'll be an offering for you. If it's a good fit, we'll come aboard, or at least save it, and or at least lock in your spot and keep on watching the videos. You can go to also hashtag Get Erick Paul Live. I think there's about 300-400 videos floating around out there on different social media platforms. I'm going to go over here and change this up real quick because I wanted to share this real quick. I believe it's this right here. So that's the Creative Real Estate Domination Live Networking Meetup. You can scan that QR code right there that Victor's pointing at.
Right here, everybody.
Wednesday, January 8th. And we'll get into everything creative real estate investing, including how to become a creative real estate investor. I'll share the 5 things you don't want, or 5 mistakes you don't want to make in getting into this business. And then I'll share 3. And if you come aboard and you jump aboard, or even 3 if you don't, that you're going to need to do, right, to have some success in this business, at least get a taste of it for the next 30 to 60, 90 days, okay? So I'm going to pull this up right here. Now, here's some of the marketing that we put together, right? Now, obviously, this is stuff that everybody gets to piggyback on. As we buy houses, ugly ones too, cash or term, sell your house fast, no commissions, no closing costs. Yeah, there might be a typo here and there. We don't care. The bottom line is what the seller sees. And sometimes, yeah, if it's, some people will say, oh, there's this and that. Some things are done intentional. I learned that from Mike Philistine, Russell Brunson, where it makes you look, hey, a little bit more approachable, right? Hey, we make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. We're freaking humans, right? And I know for me, I always like to have stuff perfect. And if it's wrong, then we'll change it. But sometimes we just say, it's cool, not worried about it. The message is there, right? And this message is just that. Hey, we will make you an offer. We'll get you a written guarantee within 24 to 72 hours, right? This is part of the we buy houses type stuff, right? Everybody out in Mothers does it. We get it. You still got to have it. It's what you do. It's the business you're in. You're buying properties. You're an investor. Whether you're a wholesale investor or you're cash, fix, flip, buy, hold, doesn't matter, right? But this is Brandon. You're piggybacking on AHA, America's Out Americans. We plug you in with a unique URL that goes to your page so you can get those full submissions, what we'll talk about on January 8th, about how to get the submission. The mission is the submission, so you can get those quality leads, turn them into appointments, then set that appointment, walk the house, the art of walking the house, writing the offer, making that deal, and then getting it under contract. So then a whole new phase starts, right? And you know that. Once you get the contract, contract, and we got to get into the marketing. What type of marketing? What are we going to do? Is it Facebook ads? Is it flyers? Is it going after the groups, right? And having something. So you're not having to go, well, what do I do? Oh, they gave me some templates. Now I got to go to my graphic person and put it all together for me and figure out this and that. If you already have logos and things of that nature, hey, no problem. You're just going to piggyback on what we have, and then we add your flavor to it. A lot of the times in the beginning, the first 30, 60, 90 days, boom, piggyback, here it is, unique URL, telephone number, and then we just go at it. Eventually, we start going forward, start putting money into your pocket, start doing some stuff, and we start building out your brand, right? So like for you, your brand is what? Victorious Investments, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and everybody has their name. Everybody has what they want to build, right? We're not taking any of that away from you. We're just saying to get you in the game quickly and fast. And a lot of times I've had it where we've had nurses, right? Or, male nurses, female nurses. And the one was in, I think, Long Beach. And his wife got on the horn and goes, well, we already got spending all kinds of money. How much you already spent? Oh, like $10,000 on the websites, on this and that. I said, okay, is it bringing you leads? Are you getting deals? No. All right, cool. Why don't we do this, right? First 30 days, I guarantee you're going to be surfing deals. You're going to get things rocking and rolling. You're going to start talking to sellers. They're just going to piggyback on what's already there. We're going to put this together for you. Our graphics team will put it together. We'll rebrand it for you, right? And then all you got to do is print the stuff, share it, do what you need to do, and we'll go through the process, right, of helping you get those leads, but knowing what to do when you have those leads. And then we start making, doing some deals. Then we start putting some. Then the money you've already invested, right? Let's start building up that brand. Now, it doesn't mean we can't do it from the gate. If that's what they want to do, no problem. If that's what you want to do, you're out there and you're going, shit, yeah, I already got my websites, this, no problem. We'll take a look at it. We'll evaluate it. We'll say, this is good, that is shit, this is good, that is shit. Oh, it's awesome, cool. Or not. Then we'll go in and we'll do what we need to do, right? And you'll have access to all this, just rebranding and putting your logos and stuff on it and driving it to your website. Doesn't matter. But you got to know what to do when they come in, right? So that process is part of the process. But we found out through time that most people, when they're getting started, or even if they bought a course for 10, 15, 25, 30,000, right? They have some stuff set up, but it's not bringing in leads. And it's just not working for them. This, we're bypassing that. Yeah, going old school and new school, making it super simple. What do they call that? What's that term? Simple, stupid, or something? Do you remember?
I think it's simply stupid, or maybe it's something. No. What is it, like real estate for dummies type thing?
Well, no, there's a term, old term, maybe it's before your time, but it's like keep it simple, stupid, right? Doesn't mean call it stupid. You're not stupid. I'm not stupid. But keeping it so simple, that's like, man, that's like really old school. I should have this big fancy $20,000 website, Facebook ads, Google ads, and all kinds of shit, and all kinds of leads coming in, right?
Yeah.
You're going to get there. That's called verticals. We got to build them out. Build one vertical at a time. That's what we do. This is the fastest way to get you into business next 30, 60, 90 days by doing this. Piggyback. Now, like I said, if you're already set up or we chit chat and we talk, we're going, man, look, I've already invested. I'm good to go. I've been beat up in this business. I've had that happen before too, right? They already got their stuff set up. Let's go. Cool, no problem. Then we just get in. We start working, right? We start working those leads. But this is a beautiful thing because this is all done for you and done with you, right? So it's not just this. There's other pieces. I didn't bring them up, but there's this. There's the postcards. There's flyers, one-page flyers, right? The lead gen page, all that good stuff. We have in-house graphics and all that good stuff to manipulate and change whatever we need to change to help you out, which really gets you into the game very quickly. So that's the goal, right? So this way you're not spending 2 to 3 years trying to figure out the business. And then you want to learn creative real estate investing. That's another 3 to 5 years just to figure and become an expert in that. This is going to eliminate that, man. Within 6 months, 12 months, 3 to 5 years are shaved off. And I can literally proudly say that and say that it's battle tested and say that that will happen because I understand the game. You know the game. You understand the game. Others, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't until they get their what? No pun intended.
Aha moments.
Huh?
Their aha moments.
Amen, brother. Aha. Maybe that's it, man. Let me go ahead and go here real quick. Put you live there, brother. So we got the Amplify presents the American Mentee Program. Adjust, adapt, or perish, right? I say let's rock. Victor says let's rock. Scan that QR.
You guys gotta rock.
And let's get together and see if we're a good fit. All right, so I'm going to I'll leave that there. So I'm wondering, here's the other piece. I guess we do have it pulled up. I'll share that with you. So, marketing, it's obviously rebranded. Got the business cards if you want them, or you get your own business cards. Doesn't matter. And then we got, make sure you join the Creative Real Estate Domination Network and Meetup. Scan that QR code. I like this kind of platform because it has all these QR codes and shit, man. Some of these QR codes, if you click them on Wednesday, it'll take them directly to the ghetto pay button, man. So, there's no
I might have to start using this for Whatnot and stuff, or something for like my cross-platform stuff. Restream. I heard somebody else talking about it. They were talking about they use Restream. I was just like, I might have to check that out.
Yeah, you can see all the pieces come up, man. There's a chat, there's a live chat, and then we're streaming right now on YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitch, I think it is, or whatever is set up for the different multiple channels. And then I know that we don't have enough people on TikTok, but I'm not sure what time it is, right? Because I think we're supposed to be doing some TikTok shit right now, you and I, brother. So that'll be next. You're gonna get a link, all right? So if you got a few more minutes, I'll send it over to you, and then we'll jump on there with TikTok, which is kind of weird for me, but maybe for you, you're okay with it because you understand Whatnot with all the, hey, what's going on? Hey, this, that, and seeing all the people jump in and shit. Then they got the little pay things and donate shit and buttons and shit like Twitch or whatever. It's kind of cool. I'm not used to that, so maybe you can help us out with that. I know my son knows all that shit too. So, but TikTok seems to be where all the youngsters are at, right? Which is cool. But we'll jump on there. And then I know Instagram's a little bit different too when we do this because they have to come back and actually do another live, but it has to be specifically for Instagram. But yeah, it's a nice little platform. I like it. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this up real quick. Let me see the next one. We'll get through this real quick. I want to take the time. Fuck it. It is what it is, right? That's what we're here to do. So if you have any questions, definitely reach out, do a chat, or you can scan one of those QR codes. Obviously, this is our broker, VIP Execs Realty and Lending, and our sponsor for VIP Execs Realty and Lending. Step into excellence. If you're looking for properties, doesn't matter where it's at in the United States of America. Obviously, we're in Southern California, so we can help you out with that. Or if you're looking to hang your license and, you're just like tired and sick and tired of the brokerages out there and, bullshitting you and lying to you, even when you cut those contracts with people or brokers, and you're like, man, they told me this, they told me they trained, they told me this and that, and it never happens, then definitely reach out and I'll put you in contact with VIP Execs Realty and Lending. I believe it's down below, I think. So we got, you can join the team, Boutique Brokerage with Miss Elizabeth, VIP Execs Realty and Lending. Step into excellence. I believe the information is right there. I think it's coming up. You can hit her, forgot what it's called. What's that thing called? Linktree thingy.
Yeah, Linktree.
Yeah, but it's sponsored by VIP Execs Realty and Lending. We're powered by Amp Live Media. So it's Linktree. You can go to Alley VIP, join the team. So I want to make sure we got that shout out. It's just a picture of us both there, VIP Execs Realty and Lending. But it's having the best of both worlds, right? Public sector, private sector. Right?
Yeah.
Is here to accommodate in any way we can. I know he loves to teach and loves to share as well. He's awesome at the submissions and chatting with people and making friends and personality and all that good stuff. Some people go, shit, I'm not a salesperson. I don't have a personality. Or how do I do that? How am I going to learn that stuff? Right? That's just it. Are you born with it? I think we've heard that before, right? Are you a born salesperson? No. We're all born great because God doesn't make junk, right, brother? But you know that.
Right.
We learn it. It's like anything else. And that's what's cool about that because the tools are already there. Everything's there for you, right? You just got to show up to the damn party, execute, have some faith, and then see the results. I guarantee you there's always going to be results. We're always going to have results that come down the wire. But at the end of the day, sometimes it's not for everybody. And then other people are like, man, this is awesome. I fucking love it. It's not just happening to me in my life, my other business, but in real estate. And then others are like, man, this is more than my JOB at the factory. Right? Then you need to go back to the factory then until you're just not frustrated enough. But that's just my thing. If you want to get out of the factory and you're going, shit, yeah, I just need to show up, have some faith, listen, follow directions. Guarantee it, one deal will change your life, right?
Yes.
Will really change your life. You start moving forward. So register. That's for the 30 days to deal challenge. Scan the QR code right there. Let me see. We're almost done here. What we got here? This one is Mr. Victor. There you go. Got your mug right there, brother. This is free, man. You know what this is. Surfing for Deals. Get the free Surfing for Deals training. Get access, has the videos, cheat sheets, and all that good stuff. But it'll help you blow up your phone, email, and text. Yes, even in today's market, it's a little bit different. We had some software issues. You know how that goes, right? Sometimes they stick around, then Google starts changing shit. Everybody starts changing algorithms. But at the end of the day, in its simplest essence, a little bit of elbow grease. You don't have no excuse. It's free. Go do it. I guarantee it. It still holds a 30-35% response rate. You do 10, 15, 20 of those at nighttime, you're going to get people going, yeah, hey, I want to sell my property, right? And they're obviously people who want to sell. So you're not hitting data going, hey, what are you calling me? How'd you get my number? They know. And, we'll show you how to do that. It's free right now for January. I believe we're eventually going to start charging for it. Everybody says to do it, but it's free. Scan that QR code, Surfing for Deals, our free gifts for staying and watching all the way through. But it'll definitely help you if you're an agent, a broker. It doesn't matter, right? You know what to do. You've done this before. And then that's just the first vertical. It's like one vertical, right? It's like driving for dollars, but doing it right here on your cell phone, right? Just copy and paste some shit.
Yep.
Boom. Hey, I want to sell my property. Well, I think didn't like the Texas 10 come from that shit? Or was that from data?
That was from Surfing for Dollars. It was Surfing for Deals. Surfing for Deals. That's how we found it.
Yep. So Surfing for Deals, same thing, right? And then I think the other deals came from data. Actually making phone calls, some text marketing, right? So
yes, the one in Public Pines and all that stuff, and the one in Missouri, and all the other ones those were all from data.
So you figure,
but there was other ones because we did get one in Napa. Remember the one in Napa we found on Surfing for Deals.
So as you can see, that's part of the program too. It's almost like taking a little chunk, but we're just giving it to you. Usually when you come aboard the mentoring program, right, you got your first week mindset. Let's get you all lined out, build your game plan, get your target lined out, figure out what you want to do, right, and how you want to do it. Then learning how to break down deals to make sure we're on the same page. Then we do role play to make sure and get you prepared to be prepared for these type of leads that are going to come down the wire from Surfing for Deals, right?
Right.
So you understand there's a method to the madness. Victor knows this too, right? And others. But the bottom line, once you do that and we feel you're confident and you feel you're confident, say, yeah, I'm ready to go, unleash me to the world, boom. Then we start doing this, Surfing for Deals, right? And that's usually about 3 or 4 weeks, or depends on how fast or slow you're going, right? So this is free just for watching. Scan the QR code, grab it, and we'll have some other stuff that we'll be giving away on Wednesday as well, and just throughout, just for sticking around. Let me go ahead and hit this one here. I believe this is, that one's not supposed to be there. But exclusive mentorship with Erick, creative real estate investing strategies. And this one, haven't been promoting a lot because, look, this is what it was when I got started. No cash, no credit, creative real estate investing, right? Not as sexy as Wholesale, Real Estate Mogul. You can do this business for free, right? It's not going to cost you a dime. Right. But, this here, like I mentioned, you got to be able to read between the lines, right? You have to be able to see the forest through the trees. Like earlier, I think you said something, man. Like, what you don't know is you don't know. And we're getting, by framing that, but what I was doing is framing the Texas 10 is going, look, if your goal is to just get some properties in wholesale, single family, if it's multifamily, there's some more learning you got to do, right? You got to understand the cap rate, return on investment, all kinds of other things. You got to get the prospectus. You got to see all the different numbers. Then you got to be able to evaluate that shit. And 9 times out of 10, if that's not your goal, then it is sometimes, they'll say, just move on, right?
Yeah.
It looks like, you know what? For coming from this side, and even you now be able to smell it, right? And going, the guy's flexible. He's in a stress situation. He wants to sell him. He's going through a divorce. We're going to get a better deal. We can do something, right? Instead of just going, I'll give you 70 cents on the dollar when you know the guy doesn't want 70 cents or 65 cents on the dollar, right? Cash. Otherwise, he would have sold him a long time ago. He's like, man, no, if you can give me more money, I'm going to maximize as much money as I can get. Then that becomes a terms deal, right?
Yep.
And that's where the beauty of that comes down the wire is that not knowing, right? You're going, well, okay, hey, that's the difference between our program and others. But at the same token, no cash, no credit, learn creative real estate investing, right? That means yes. Do you have to have cash? Some, and yes and no, right? You can use OPM, other people's money, right? Other people's efforts. You can, at least if you got a couple of bucks, if you're in the business, right, you got to have some money. It's in the bid. You should have some money. Even if it's, I believe I locked up deals for $10, $100, and wrote a check for $100 and made sure that it went through their checking account to say we got a solidified legal deal, right? Period. Didn't have to go to escrow. That's called a table closing or a table deal type. And then even then, we get to escrow, we'll close it out, right? But that's having understanding the art of the deal as well. No credit. Do you need credit? I know when I got started, didn't have very good credit. So that's not an issue, right? Especially if you're going to real estate investing. But before all that stuff, you have to have what? Perception is reality, right? They got to see who you are. Piggyback on the brand, AHA, American South Americans, the marketing. It looks sexy, it's nice, it's modern, and at least it's there, right? It's not like, some clunky stuff.
Yeah.
All those things we put in there because see people will go, look, hey, wholesale. What is wholesaling? Wholesaling is no cash, no credit. Is it creative real estate investing? Sure it is. It's wholesaling. It flies underneath the creative real estate investing banner, right, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah. So real estate investing, this is cool. It's a new graphic. Sweden put it all together for us, but at the end of the day, yeah, this 2025, we're going to go for it, man, right? It's kind of going back to old school. We buy houses, the other ones too. No cash, no credit, right? We'll get you an offer within 24 to 72 hours. We'll buy your house cash. And they're not lying about any of that. That's the beautiful thing about what we do. And anytime, anything that we do, right? There's a gray area, obviously, right? Square box, right?
Yeah.
We'll get you an offer. We'll get you a guaranteed written offer in 24 hours. Heck, you can put 10 hours, but you better do it in 10 hours, right? Remember we talked about that stuff, right? With every mistake, you lose trust.
Yes.
We say 24 hours, let's write an offer in 24 hours. Now, they may not like it, but it's a guaranteed written offer, so our marketing is justified. We're not lying. Never lie about your marketing, ever, right?
Right.
So it's that same thing here. No cash, no credit. Do you need cash? No. Do you need credit? No. You want to learn creative real estate investing? Let's do it. So I'm going to pull something up real quick again. Go ahead and book some time myself and my team. You'll definitely be speaking with myself. And even if you want to chit-chat with Victor, you got any questions, definitely reach out. I'm going to put this QR code up right here. Go and book a live breakout call with myself. Ask any questions you may have. And we're going to go back to the top up here, and we're going to wrap this son bitch up, man. But maybe you can wrap it up with your handles, what you're about, what you got going on, any wants and needs. And then I'm going to go ahead and pull this up real quick right here. And maybe you can answer this for me. Why most fail in real estate without mentorship? I'll put you on the spot, brother. But if you got anything for me, definitely throw it my way. Anything that's on your mind, throw it my way. And then we'll wrap this all up. And let's go jump on Tickety TikTok.
Yeah, sounds good.
Appreciate you, by the way. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, no problem. Let's just answer that question. I mean, that question is pretty easy to answer. I mean, why do people fail in real estate without a mentorship? Simple fact of because you don't know what you're doing. And some people get lucky. Let's be real. Yeah, some people get really lucky a few times, but let's say you get lucky in a wholesale deal. That's just wholesaling and stuff. You need to find somebody that's a mentor that can help you, that's been around a while, that's done a few different deals, whether it's subject to existing financing, wholesaling, fix and flipping, taking over somebody's property or going even to the bank and stuff and to the auction to get it from the auctions, short sales, all that different type of stuff. Because this is the thing. Every deal that you come across is not always going to be your sweet wholesale deal. And without a mentor, you're not going to know what the hell to do. Not every single one's going to be a subject to existing financing. So what are you going to do then? I know that a lot of people tend to do a one-trick pony. They stick with just one. But they're leaving so much on the table. You know what I'm saying? They're leaving so many more deals on the table because well, that's not my stilo. Well, you need to find yourself a mentor that can help you and teach you all different aspects and stuff, and as it comes. Because just spinning your wheels and going in circles, mixing programs and executing part of it, but not fully executing all of it, and then not holding yourself accountable and having somebody there to push you, you're just wasting your time, your money, and your efforts. It's easier to have a mentor in anything. Think about it. You want to be a welder, one of the best? You got to go through training. You got to be somebody's apprentice. You want to be a tattoo artist? I was a tattoo artist for over 15 years. I had to be somebody's apprentice for 2 years
Right.
to learn what the hell I was doing. Needle depth, coloring, shading, blending, and how to layer the colors. What one should go first over, if it should go dark or light, depending on the way that I'm trying to transition it. All that type of stuff. So it's just like any other industry. The best, most smartest thing to do is to find somebody that's already been doing it for a while, knows what they're doing, can prove it, have other people that can back it, plus the stuff that they can show themselves. Proofs in the pudding. If they tell you, hey, make these calls, do this, do that, and then something does happen, then I mean, that tells you right there. That's the way to go, and that's how it was for me. So I think it's the best thing to do is to have a mentor. You should always have a mentor in something that you want to excel in. It doesn't matter. I mean, yeah, you could always be self-owned and self-made, but it does take fucking longer. Excuse my
Yeah,
French.
it does.
It does take a lot longer, man.
Right.
It does.
And that's a
Like,
fact.
yeah,
And that's a fact. And I found that out just because of how long I've been on this earth, right?
yeah,
And then comparing it to where I was, what I wanted to do career-wise, and then seeing others do it, and then even myself doing certain things. And it's not about like saying, there's a shortcut, but it really is. A mentor is a shortcut. That mentor spent years and years and years honing in their craft. And if they're willing to work with you, that's cool. Because a lot of people say, oh, why don't you just work with me and then split a deal? Okay, well, don't know you from Shinola, don't know what your work ethic is. Even if we have a chit chat and you promise I'll do this and do that and do that, there's no guarantee that you're going to perform for me or for us or for you or anybody get paid, right? So that doesn't make sense. That it's like the levels are not there. You're right. Even it's not to have an ego either, right? But does that make sense? What you just said is perfectly right. And I appreciate that, man, because that is the key, man. And everybody can go to that level eventually. They're going to get the videos, the PDFs, they'll do the coaching. They go, shit, I need this. I need mentoring, right? But even with the mentor, man, having that mentor, that person spent that time. So you can't do that. That doesn't work, man, right? Hey, well, I've trust me, I've tried it when I got started. I'll do all the work. I'll do this and I'll do that. And they're like, man, go give me some deals. Okay, I find the deal. Now lend me the money. No. You've never done one. You've never done a fix and flip and this and that. So I'm not going to give you the money to do that. I want you to sell me the deal. Hence, boom, fell into wholesaling. What? I could do that? Is that legal? Yeah, fuck yeah. All right, figure it out, get the contracts, boom. And then did that, right? Only after later on, you get some money and you take one down. Then you find somebody. Hey, I got some money. Oh, you want to write a check? I'll do all the work. I'm over here in this location. You're way over here. Plus, you got a full-time job doing this stuff. This is my full-time job, right? All right, shit. Let's put it together and make a deal. That's the true JV, right? That's why we JV and we'll only JV with mentees that we work with or people like yourself, right, who are doing the business and we trust each other, right? We got the integrity, loyalty, and communication, right? You know how that is, right? Integrity, yes. You know that jam, bro. That's our credo and our mission statement. The communication breakdown because we got families, right? We fix that all the time, easy peasy. But the integrity and loyalty, once they're broken, no more business, right? So you go your way, we'll go our way. We're done for the rest of eternity, man, right? And some people are like, man, that's harsh. It's not, right? But the bottom line is appreciate you jumping on board here and sharing. We'll see you in a little bit, man. If you got some time, let's do some TikTok and see what we got on there and see who's on there. And then Wednesday, for sure, January, okay? January. There's actually a QR code right there in front. I'm going to go ahead and pull that up. And that's for the one-on-one mentoring program, okay? And then I'll pull up the other one as well. Put my mug up. Yeah. And you can also
you could just give me a little bit of time. I'm gonna charge my phone because I see that it's like on 2-3%.
Okay, no worries. We'll see you in a little bit. Perfect timing, I guess, right? There it is. All right, so lock in the one-on-one mentoring program. Scan that QR code right there. Eliminate the BS and all the crap. We just get to work and get on it. This is an opportunity of a lifetime for 2025. Trust me. and I am 100% backed by it. Everybody that's associated with me is 100% backed by it, battle tested. We are here for you as long as you're here for us, right? It's reciprocal. This program is a reciprocal program where we work together to make things happen for each other, which makes it more organic, real, live, and true. I believe in the truth. I stand for truth. Rock and roll in all that you do. Thank you for the young man that came aboard to share. You'll probably see him on Wednesday as well. We'll see him as well. We're going to see him in a few minutes later on. We're going to go back on. We're going to jump on some TikTok, some Instagram, and some other stuff. I did want to share some of these crazy responses and the cool responses and the good responses in regards to some data that's dropping down the wire, surfing for deals in the different verticals to show you what's out there, okay? So definitely, I will be back tomorrow for the Sunday sermon, rants and raves. I'm going to get my sermon together to share it with you. It's going to be an awesome one. We're going to share some PSA stuff. We're going to share some real estate. We're going to share some life. We're going to share some truths. Yes, may even get a little political and religious on there, where depending on what platform, X is cool, other platforms not so cool, but I get it. We're here to help you rock and roll and help you into 2025 in the future. Also, if you want to get my Erick report, just definitely go, hey, what the hell's Erick report? I want the Erick report. It's just a little one-page PDF from 2003 to 24 and the predictions of what I think is going to happen to the market and what's going to and where the opportunities lie. Not just for single family, but yes, for commercial as well, right? So definitely reach out, ask for that, scan that QR code right there. See you on tomorrow. If you're going to be around, definitely about 2 p.m., jump in for the Sunday sermon, rants and raves. We'll do some training as well. You can communicate and ask questions. Check out our groups and all that good stuff. Rock and roll and all that you do. I like to say made in America. Also, don't forget this. Scan that QR code right there for the Real Estate Domination Live Networking Meetup for January 8th, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Rock and roll and all that you do. Look forward to meeting you, working with you, and just putting out the good vibes out there to the universe. In God we trust. And as always, let's get back to Made in America. Bye-bye.